Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome to the channel. MollyBoyTV here. Today we're reacting to Buddy Holly, Peggy Sue. You guys know that I reacted to American Pie. I hope I said American Pie in the last video and not American Idiot by accident. You guys know I reacted to American Pie, and that song was dedicated to Buddy Holly. Now, because of that, I decided to do my own research, and you'll kind of realise why I've put out these artists today. Basically, Buddy Holly, I feel like this is going to be some incredible music, because when you have a musician dedicating a song to you after you've passed, you must have some sort of legacy. It needs to live on and needs to continue. So I feel like we're going to witness something here that is really going to be the start of this rock journey, not only for me but like for everyone. This would have been the start, and now we're really looking into it now, so we've gone way back. This album cover is actually similar to the Chuck Berry one, and I'm wondering why. Not sure though. Anyway, I'm not going to waffle. If you do enjoy the video, please make sure to let me know. Please hit the like button, that subscribe button. We're nearly at 100,000 subscribers. We can genuinely hit it next week. If I really need you guys to help me out here. If you've been watching the videos, if you enjoy them, you keep coming back but you aren't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. Then you can at least say, because I'm telling you, this channel is going to go far. We're going to be huge. At least then you can say you was here in the first 100k. I mean, I'd want to be a part of the first 100k. Anyway, I'm not going to waffle. Let's go.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Okay, Buddy Holly, Peggy Sue. All these songs are short, man. And I've said this before. I know everyone has told me that it's to do with, like, obviously the radio play and stuff back in the 50s. This was the length that a song should be. And I feel like, actually, it's funny. As we progressed over time, songs got longer. But then recently, since people have been able to make their own music, we say music in their bedrooms and stuff, I feel like a lot of music has come shorter again. Only the people who make rap music in their bedrooms tend to do, like, the really short 2-minute songs. Don't know why we've gone back in time with it, because I actually like the longer songs, but sometimes less is more. Anyway, Buddy Holly, Peggy Sue, let's go. Again, that distinctive drum, man.
If you knew Peggy Sue, then you know why I feel blue without Peggy. My Peggy Sue. Oh, well, I love you, galleys. I love you, Peggy Sue.
Peggy Sue.
Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue. Oh, how my heart yearns for you, oh, Peggy. My Peggy Sue.
I feel like we're having a build up.
Oh, well, I love you, galleys. I love you, Peggy Sue. Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue. Pretty Peggy Sue. Oh, Peggy.
Mate, music has changed. I don't mean to pause yet already. Wow, we're a minute in. We're practically nearly halfway, and the song hasn't actually changed yet. Maybe it's not a build up then. Maybe this is the song all the way through. One thing I've really noticed though is that the guitars in the background are pretty much non-existent. All you can hear is the actual strings being strummed. That's a different one. I don't think I've heard that. I feel like if you really try and listen and notice it, you can slightly hear a guitar, but I'm more hearing the strings being strummed. Mate, I can't believe what rock music has become, like how it has evolved into what it is from this sort of music.
Love you, Peggy Sue. Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue. Pretty Peggy Sue.
I want to know who Peggy Sue is.
Peggy, my Peggy Sue. Oh, well, I love you, gal, and I need you, Peggy Sue. I love you, Peggy Sue. With a love so rare and true, oh, Peggy, my Peggy Sue. Well, I love you, gal, I want you, Peggy Sue. Peggy Sue.
I wonder why, like, all the drums and stuff and all the guitars back in the day kind of had like the same sound to them. They all sounded very similar. Like today, if we're listening to like different bands, you can tell like some bands have a different sounding snare drum or kick drum from other bands. And even like the electric guitars, the pitch on all these guitars seems to be similar all the way through what I've heard of the 50s so far. When did this release though? 1957. Okay, so it's not, to be fair then, it's really not that far away from the 60s, but I feel like I've heard some songs that sound similar to this from like 60s bands. I can't pinpoint what bands, but I do feel like it's similar, which would make sense because the time wasn't that far apart from each other. And actually these guys in the 60s, this would have been everyone's influence. This is what people would have took inspiration from and then made their music. Was Buddy Holly just himself, or was he a band but the band was called Buddy Holly, a bit like Marilyn Manson's kind of just himself but he has his own band? And if it was it literally just 3 people that I can see on screen right now, or is it more people? This has to be the most different 50s song that I've heard so far, the most different rock and roll song. Like, it's not that fast, it's not that groovy, it's not that much you can really dance to it. This just feels like something that is an easy listen.
Britney, Peggy Sue.
You find yourself singing
Peggy, my Peggy Sue.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I love you, gal, yes, I need you, Peggy Sue.
Peggy Sue.
I love you, Peggy Sue, with a love so rare and true. Oh, Peggy, my Peggy Sue. Oh, well, I love you, gal, and I want you, Peggy Sue. Oh, well, I love you, gal, and I want you, Peggy Sue.
Mate, even the way he's singing some of those words, bruv, like some of the emphasis that he has on those words, the way he's deliberately changing his accent as he's singing, I feel like that's got to be one of the first, hasn't it? I don't think I've heard anyone do that from the 50s. Mate, everything we've heard so far, I said at the start of the last video, okay, I kind of have an idea of how things are going to sound now, because the 50s kind of has that distinctive sound, and pretty much what I've heard, the instrumentals of them all kind of sounded similar to each other. This has now completely scrunched up that statement I've made and thrown it in the trash, bruv. This is not anything like what I've heard so much from the 50s. It's very catchy though, man. That Peggy Sue lyric, I honestly feel like that's going to be stuck in my head for the rest of the night. I've noticed in this one as well that there's not much guitar. It's more of just that strings being hit, that sound. This can't be the only type of music that Buddy Holly did. I feel like this maybe would have been like one of those ones that was a bit of a one-off, bit of a different kind of, like trying something new, and it's making me want to try and find something else by Buddy Holly to compare it, to see if it is his signature sound. If it is, I can definitely see why it would have been famous, because from what I've heard from the 50s, this is nothing like it. That was Buddy Holly, Peggy Sue. I'm sorry if this one was a short one. It's hard for me now to talk about these sort of songs, so I don't want to sound like a broken record, like I'm constantly repeating myself on this video from the last video. I don't want it to seem like I'm doing that. This is the kind of idea that I've got it as if like we've got that 50s sound that we all know, and then Buddy Holly kind of like, now this is bear in mind this is the first song I've heard, so I could be completely wrong here, kind of like swaying away a little bit from that 50s sound, but keeping it sort of yes, similar to the 50s, but swaying slightly off with that. It was a very mellowed out song basically compared to the 50s stuff I've heard. I mean, look at Chuck Berry. That was fast, it was a lot of guitar, it was proper, the upbeat tempo of it was faster. This just sounded like that, more relaxed, as if he's trying to win over Peggy Sue basically. Definitely a different one. It's definitely given me a little bit of a different understanding there of what the 50s actually was. Like I've said in other videos before, we have stereotypes, and I feel like stereotypically the 50s sounded like that Chuck Berry sort of sound, but actually now we've heard La Bamba, which was sung in Spanish for one, and now we've just heard Peggy Sue, which was not even sung anywhere near close to one La Bamba and the other 50 stuff we did last week. Maybe it all was a bit different then. I just have kind of like this understanding of what the 50s is, and I feel like as we go further and further into the 50s, I'm gonna find things that I didn't realise actually happened. Like I'm gonna find songs that I didn't know that's how it was done, and I think that's the most interesting thing about this part, and this is why I genuinely love doing this sort of shit, man, doing these videos. Okay, I'm not gonna actually, first of all, let me have a look at this. Okay, yeah, I remember Buddy Holly was born in 1936. So I just want to do a little bit of research right here while I'm on the computer. Yeah, he was a central and pioneering figure of mid-50s rock and roll. Weezer have got a song called Buddy Holly. Yeah, this is interesting. This is definitely something I'm going to have to look into. So if you want to see me do more 50s stuff, if you want to see me look more into Buddy Holly and where this all started, let me know and I'll definitely do it. Please hit that subscribe button, please hit that like button if you enjoyed the videos. We're nearly at 100k, like I said. It really helps if you hit that subscribe button. But I'm not going to waffle. I hope you enjoyed this one. Sorry if it was short. Throw some more 50 stuff at me, man, please. Let's go on a deep dive of this early stuff. We'll still carry on with the heavy metal, we'll still carry on with the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, but let's take a deep dive into the 50s too. Let's see where this really started. But other than that, it's been your boy MollyBoyTV. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.